Y'all, I'm gonna tie some flies. I'm still kind of getting my stuff together right here. All right. Gonna work on a fly for a buddy of mine. I'm just kind of gonna develop a fly real quick. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm just gonna basically develop some new flies today. Bought some new Umpqua 2-aught saltwater fly hooks yesterday. Just to tell you how much this stuff is, $33 for 25 hooks, y'all. Anything that's associated with fly fishing is going to cost more money just because it's got fly fishing in the title of it. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's just the way it is. All right. Let me adjust everything right here, y'all. Anyway, just going to come up with some new flies. I got some ideas though. I'm going to do this right here for a buddy of mine. Another fishing guide buddy of mine. What's up, Drizzy? Just gonna tie some flies real quick. The wind is absolutely terrible, so can't fish. The wind's blowing like 30 something all week long. All right, y'all. I bought some new white eyes yesterday. Like I said, I got a buddy of mine wants me to come up with some white, like a white kind of a white shrimpy kind of pattern for him. I tied a couple for him a while back, and he's already caught some fish on it. But I'm gonna do a few more for him. So, not Travansky, as far as I know. I'm not your dad, man. What's up, RJ? Tying flies, y'all. We're just tying. I'm a fishing guide down here in Louisiana, but the wind is terrible all week, so I can't really fish. So we're just gonna tie some flies. All right, y'all. Just gonna throw a white eye on here. A buddy of mine kind of wants me, another fly fishing guide buddy of mine wants me to come up with a white, kind of like a white shrimp pattern for him. So that's what I'm doing. No, brother. Yeah, man. I didn't. Yeah, Cameron. I didn't. That's hilarious, Jimmy. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't tie yesterday, man. Um, I did go buy some new supplies at the fly shop, some fly tying material. Of course, the little bitty bag of stuff I bought, just because it's got fly tying associated with it, costs like almost $90. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's just the way it is with tying flies, or with fly fishing, that is. So I'm just gonna kind of develop a new fly, y'all. That's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of gonna work on a new fly, y'all. Weather's terrible. Winds blowing like 30 something outside. A buddy of mine had a fishing charter. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. They caught zero fish. They zeroed. The wind's blowing like 30 something. And he's a really good fishing guide. And the weather's so terrible, they zeroed. But it happens, y'all. All right, so I tie the eyes on here. We're just gonna run a thread body, or run some thread down the hook right here. I got kind of an idea what I'm gonna do. Like I said, a buddy of mine wants me to come up with like a kind of like a bigger shrimp pattern for him. So that's what I'm gonna do. My thread broke, y'all. all the equipment. So my vise that I'm using right here, I bought off Amazon. Um, it's a Kingfisher. If you go on, here's the box for it right here. That's the box that my vise came in. It's a Kingfisher. If you go on, I mean, there. If you go on Amazon and look under fly fishing vices, um, you'll see them. They're not. It's my vise is actually a really good vise, but it wasn't that expensive. It was just over $100. And I mean, that still sounds expensive, but there's a lot of fly fishing vices out there that are like hundreds of dollars, y'all. Um, Other than that, I get a lot of my supplies. I got a local fly shop here that I buy a lot of my fly fishing. I mean, not fly tying supplies at. So I get a lot of my. That is crazy. That string just broke on me again, y'all. That's brand new string that I just started using today, and it's just broke twice. All right, man. Sounds good, Cameron. I used to do landscaping like that, man, when I was real young. I sodded some yards and stuff. There was a local place back in Georgia where I lived that I did all that for a while, but that's weird. That string, brand new thread, broke on me twice right there. Kind of weird. All right, but if it breaks, no big deal. You just kind of go over where your thread broke, and it'll be fine. Um, yeah, I guess Bass Pro Shop sells fly tying stuff, maybe in their catalog or something. I would imagine so. If you know, nowadays it seems like all anybody cares about is forward facing sonar when it comes to bass fishing. But yeah, they probably sell some. All right, y'all. I'm gonna grab some. This is basically fake fur right here. It's called false fur, whatever, fake fur. I'm gonna grab some chunks of that to put a tail on there. Um, it's gonna make kind of a bigger shrimp pattern. It's gonna be mostly white and pink. He wants like a. I'm just basically developing a little fly for another fly fishing guide buddy of mine. He wants something kind of white and pinkish. So I'm gonna do that. All right, we're gonna set this right here. Set the little fake fur on top of the hook right here. And just kind of, it don't really matter about this extra hanging off because you won't be able to see it in a few minutes anyway. But I think for the heck of it, let's add some pink eyeballs to that. I bought some yesterday. If I can find where they are. Oh, something I forgot to do. Let's add a little glue right here to the eyes. Oh, you're welcome, Jimmy. Horton, yeah, Horton Homes. All right, gonna throw some glue right here where we tie these eyes on over the thread, and what that's gonna do, it's just gonna keep these eyes from spinning when you start catching fish. Um, this glue dries with an ultraviolet light, so we're gonna hit it with ultraviolet light real quick, just to dry this glue. And thank y'all for watching. I know there's not a lot of people watching right now. I was gonna tie flies anyway today because the wind's terrible. I can't really do much else. So, and believe me, if it was sun shining and no wind, I'd be fly fishing somewhere today. All right, y'all. Bought some pink easy shrimp eyes yesterday. We're gonna throw some eyes on here real quick. All right, Jimmy. Welding, man, that's great money. At least down here in Louisiana, them guys make a small fortune welding down here. That's a great skill to have right there. All right, y'all. Got some pink eyes. Like I said, we're just gonna kind of develop a little fly for like a little redfish fly for a buddy of mine. He's another he's another fishing guide. He wanted something kind of white and pink, so I'm gonna make him a white and pink fly. All right, we're just putting little pink eyes on there like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue over that thread where we just put the eyes on there, just to help hold these eyes on. You know, when you start catching fish and stuff. All right, we're gonna hit that glue with ultraviolet light just to dry it real quick. All right. Let's add a little bit of pink and a little bit of chartreuse shine to the fly right here. So just gonna grab some pink flash right here. Cut off a few strands of it. I said we're just kind of doing like we're kind of making this up as we go along. We're making up a fly for another fishing guide buddy of mine. He wanted something pink and white, or white and pink. All right, we're gonna wrap this right here, this pink around the thread one time. Just kind of hold it up out of the way like that. And then we're gonna get a few wraps on it to hold it in place, just like that. And then we're gonna pull it down to the side of the fly and get some wraps on it to hold it, just like that. All right, let's do the same thing with a little bit of chartreuse. Not much, just a tiny bit of chartreuse in the tail. All right, same thing, got some chartreuse right here. Gonna cut off just a few strands of it. Same thing, gonna take this right here, just wrap it around the thread one time, hold it up out of the way, get a few wraps, and then hold it down to the side right here. And wrap it up. Just like that. All right. Now, I think what I'm going to do is add another layer of white right here on top of this. And then we're going to add some pink legs to it. My buddy, he's a fly fishing guide. He just wanted me to come up with like a white, like a little bit bigger white and pink fly. So that's what we're going to do. Springtime right now, the fishing's actually great, but the wind is terrible right now, y'all. So nobody's really fishing right now because they can't get out there and fish. All right, y'all, we cut off some more. This is just fake fur, just crafting fur, basically. So we just cut off some crafting fur right here. I'm going to take that and just lay it just like that. It don't matter if that don't look perfect. We're going to cover all that up here in just a second. I'm still booking a lot of trips right now, y'all. Everybody's wanting to come fish, but the wind is so bad. Right now, nobody can fish this week. I wish they could fish this week, but all right, let's add some pink legs going right down through there. So we're basically going to grab this material right here. It's kind of like, it's basically just rubber skirt material. I probably don't need quite that much. So we're going to take this right here, cut it probably about right there or so. We're going to wrap it one time around the thread. I'm just making these thinner. Like so. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. In fact, I don't know if I'm gonna need all of that. I'm gonna cut this side right here off and then just wrap this up. I don't need that much pink in it. Sorry, y'all. I got my YouTube channel playing in the background back here on the TV. Hey, Peyton. And it's one of my videos from last January, y'all, where we caught some giants. And it's playing in the background on my TV right there. So. I think we had four that day over 24 pounds or something. We had one that was like 28, 27 or 28 pounds or something like that. All right. Now let's just put some white right here around the front and we're going to be done. Just bought this yesterday. It's like 1.5 inch Foxy EP brush. Almost $18, y'all. Fly fishing supplies are expensive, man. Or fly fishing and fly tying supplies are expensive. Just because it's got fly fishing associated with it. I'll cut off a few inches right here. What type of lure? So I'm a fishing guy down here in Louisiana for redfish, speckled trout, black drum, all the inshore stuff, and also do red snapper when snapper season comes in. This year it comes in in May, so I'm really ready for snapper season. But I'm just tying some redfish flies, flies that we use for redfish down here in Louisiana. And the fly I'm making right now, I'm basically making it up off the top of my head. I got a buddy that's another fly guide. He wants he wanted like a fly with some white and pink in it. So I'm just kind of doing this for him. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping this EP brush. Around. I don't even think he knows I'm tying this today, but I just decided to tie it today, kind of on a whim. All right, let's wrap this EP brush around. What you want to do, you want to keep the material pushed backwards towards the back of the fly while you wrap it. We're just adding some thick body to the fly. This is Foxy brush. It actually has some. Oh, thank you, Payne. Thank you. This right here is a Foxy brush, so it's got um, some fake fibers in it, but it also actually has some actual fox fur in there also. All right, I'm just going to hold this tag end out of the way right here, get a couple of wraps to hold it on, and then we're going to cut the tag end off. And then we're going to wrap this up to make sure it stays on the fly, stays on the hook. I'm going to trim off a little bit of this chartreuse right here on the tail. Let me grab my toothbrush, y'all. You can just take and kind of brush this out. Now when the fly is in the water, all this will kind of stream backwards like this right here. It'll just all kind of move backwards in the water whenever you're stripping it through the water. All right, just for the heck of it, we're going to add just a little bit of crack wrap to the front, just to add a little bit of shine. We don't need much at all. So, just going to grab some white crack wrap right here. That's really what it's called for those of you new to watching this stuff. It's actually called crack wrap. So, just going to cut off a little chartreuse in it right there. Just going to cut off like 2 inches of it. I don't need much. I'm just adding a little bit of shine to the front. If y'all are new to watching, please subscribe. Y'all trying to grow the channel. If y'all give it a thumbs up, which takes about 2 seconds, it'll help send it out to more viewers across YouTube, y'all. All right, we're just going to get this crack wrap started. Just going to lay it right here on the hook. Get some wraps on there to get it started. And we're just going to wrap this crack wrap around the front right here, and it's just going to add a little bit of shine. It's just going to add a little bit of shine to the front of that fly. Again, I had a buddy that he's a fly fishing guy that wanted me to do some white and pink flies for him. So we're just kind of making this one up as we go along. Actually, that's enough. That's enough right there, y'all. We didn't even need the whole. We didn't even need all the material, y'all. That's plenty. We'll use this other little part on our next fly right here. All right, let's go ahead and wrap that on there really well. Now we're just going to tie this fly off, and we'll be about done with this fly, y'all. All right, we're just going to tie it off. So we're going to put a couple of wraps right here and then tie it off. Just got a little, this is like a little tie tool right here. Just kind of hook it over the thread and do just like this. My thread broke. Not a big deal. The thread just broke, but not a big deal. I might have to switch thread. This is brand new thread, y'all, and it's broke on me 3 times just while tying this fly. It just broke again. All right. We'll go with a little bit of black thread, I guess, y'all. Brand new thread, and it broke like 3 or 4 times just while tying that fly. I'm just going to make sure this black thread is on there real good. So I'm getting a few wraps around the eye right here. And then we're going to tie it off. So the fly won't be as perfect looking as it was going to look, but oh well. The fish will eat it. All right, y'all. All right, let's add some glue right here. And we will be done with this fly, y'all. So just add some glue over this thread. First over the eye right here. You just don't want your fly to start falling apart when you start catching fish. Now we'll hit it with an ultraviolet light, and that just dries the glue, everybody. All right. So just a quick little pink and white shrimp fly we just came up with. for a buddy of mine. He's another fishing guide. There you go, a little pink and white. It's got a little chartreuse in the tail. There you go, y'all. Oh, I see a random pink hair right there. Looks pretty good, y'all. Let's do another one, y'all. I'm gonna do a couple of them. All right. I'm gonna grab this thread right here. It's broke on me like 4 or 5 times tying that fly, so I'm gonna grab some different thread. I'm gonna go with the same color I was using a while ago. Hopefully this won't break. All right, y'all. So we're gonna string up our bobbin right here. So you just take this wire, stick it down through the bobbin like that. We're going to take the thread and stick it through the gap on that wire. If I can see to do it right here. Y'all, I got my YouTube channel playing in the background on my TV, and even though it's my videos and I was there and I edit them and all that, they're still cool videos. I'll still watch my YouTube channel myself and watch the cool fishing videos, y'all, because we have some good times out there on the water. All right, let's do another fly like we just tied. So, is that, let's see. I can't read that, but seeing how your name has win in it, I knew some wins back in the military. That's a very common name, I guess. But all right, y'all, we're gonna grab a 2/0 Umpqua saltwater fly hook right here, y'all. For 25 saltwater hooks, it's like almost 34 bucks, y'all. Just because it's got fly fishing. Hey, John, Friday Night Fishing Club. Hello, hope you're having a great day. Man, so I'm a fishing guy down here in Louisiana. The wind's blowing like in the 30s all week, so I can't really fish. So I'm just tying some flies. Just came up with this fly right here. I'm going to tie another one. Another fly guide buddy of mine wanted me to do something pink and white. So just did this one. About to do another one for him. I might make a couple of them to sell on my website also. All right. Hope this light is okay, y'all. I always try to get this light to where y'all can see, but where it don't blind me the whole time. All right, let's get a little bit of a thread base right here below the eye of the hook. Just a little bit of a thread base to put the eye on, the lead eye. I look like Steve Jobs. I wish I had the money of Steve Jobs. All right, y'all. I'm gonna grab a white lead eye right here. This one is like a medium size. I usually use medium or large. I use a small every once in a while on some flies for shallower water. All All right, sea fishing in the UK. It's been windy here. Hopefully, so I know, man. So I'm in Louisiana here in the United States, obviously, and if you can't tell by my accent, and springtime the fishing is great, but the wind is just ferocious, man. It's blowing, which I know y'all use kilometers over there, but it's blowing 30 something miles per hour out there, man, and so I can't really fly fish right now because I take people fishing, so I can't really do fly charters right now because the wind's so bad. So what we're doing, y'all, we're putting these white eyes on the hook. We're just going under the hook and over the eye in one direction, then under the hook and over the eye in the other direction. We're just making little cross wraps on here, y'all. And I always kind of check, see, like it started getting a little off just then. You want to make sure your eyes, that's pretty good. You want to make sure your eyes stay on the hook, as straight as possible. It don't have to be perfect. The fish aren't really going to notice that, but what's up, Safe? Dude, I've been trying to get you to come down here for years, man. I wanted to go home to Georgia this week, actually. I should do it because I can't, I don't think right now I'm not booked again on a charter. I'm not booked again until the 8th. So same thing in Georgia. Like the bass are on fire right now. Everything's on fire. The big crappie are on fire. Everything's so I really want to go home to Georgia, man, and go fishing, to tell you the truth. All right, now that we got the eyes tied on there, I'm just going to run this thread down the hook, get a little bit of a thread base down the hook right here. Safe. I don't know if you did Clan Wars, dude, but I got the VK. I wanted the VK, so I got it. All right, y'all. We're gonna grab some fake fur. It's just crafting fur right here, and we're gonna cut off a chunk of it. So I'm just gonna cut off a chunk of craft fur. That might be a little too much. Let me get a little bit less. All right, y'all. So we got some crafting fur right here. Yeah, yeah, man. Let me know when you want to come down for real. I mean, you still got my number, I'm guessing. So, starting around May, the fishing is outstanding. I mean, it's great now. We just have a lot of wind, but starting in May, the wind kind of calms down. So let me know. All right, y'all. What we were doing, I was just taking some of that loose. This is fake fur. It's just crafting fur. I was just kind of taking the loose parts off of it. We're gonna set this right here on top of our hook. Just cutting off a little bit of it that I don't need. We're gonna set this on top of the hook right here, and then wrap it up. Just like that. It's cool that I got people watching me, y'all. I was gonna be tying flies anyway, so I figured I might as well go live. All right, now that we got, that's gonna be like the tail of our fly right there. Now that we got that on there, we're gonna flip this over. And I'm gonna grab these little pink, they're called easy shrimp eyes right here. We're gonna grab a pink eye. This is what they look like. It's just kind of like a little fake eye. We're gonna set this. What you're gonna do, where the V at, where the V at, where the V is on this eye, we're going to take and just kind of split the hook with it right here. So we're going to set this on top of the hook. Just kind of split the hook with it. And then tie them on. Just like that. After we get them on there, I'm going to put some glue over this right here just to help hold them. So this is solar res glue. It dries with ultraviolet light. We're just going to put some of this over the over those shrimp eyes. So when you start catching fish, everything, your fly don't fall apart. You're going to hit that with the ultraviolet light, y'all. It's just ultraviolet. Don't go shining your ultraviolet light in your eyeballs. Or even on your skin, really. It'll sunburn you just like the sun does. All right, now that we got that on there, I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to add a little bit of pink and a little bit of chartreuse shiny to the hiney right there. So I'm going to grab some pink flash right here. I don't need much. I got that's 3 strands of pink. Don't need very much. Why does the shrimp have pink balls? Cause, man, lady, the missus didn't hook him up, I guess. That's hilarious. That's funny, Johnson. Dude, we can go hook the boat up and go fishing, man. Just bring a sail and we'll go fish. All right, y'all, I got about 3 strands of pink. Gonna take this and pull it up over the thread right here. Get a couple of wraps on it, hold it in place, and then just pull it down to the side of the fly like that. Just like that. You might not even be able to see it on camera good, but there's some pink right there, trust me. You're making one of them woke shrimps. That's hilarious. Yep. Yep, one of them woke shrimps. All right, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a couple of strands of chartreuse right here, y'all. So I got about 3 strands of chartreuse. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm very interested in making my own flies. How do you go about learning and where to buy supplies? Well, the way I first started doing it, tying, if you buy everything individually, fly tying supplies cost a small fortune. This pack of hooks right here, for 25 hooks was almost 34 bucks for that. This one pack of EP brush, look, almost 18 bucks. So if you buy it individually, it costs a lot. What I would do, go on eBay. If you go to eBay and type in under your search, type in fly tying supplies and put lot, L-O-T, fly tying supplies lot. You're going to find where people are wanting to sell off all their fly fishing supplies. Either they are fly tying supplies, either they got tired of tying, someone passed away or something, so they're selling all their stuff, something like that. And you can find entire supplies of fly tying stuff for a lot cheaper than going out and buying it individually. That's what I did when I first started, and since then I've just added to it. I've just added to my supplies. All right, y'all. So we got the hook. We got some white eyeballs right here. We threw some pink shrimp balls on there, like my buddy said. We added a little pink and chartreuse shiny to the hiney right here. Now I'm going to add a little bit more white right here off the top. And then we're going to do some EP brush, some Foxy brush. It's called Fox. It's actually got some fox in it. We're going to add a little Foxy brush to it. I'm just trying to find the perfect chunk of white, y'all. I got this entire thing right here, but I'm always looking for like the perfect chunk. That's what everybody's in search of, the perfect chunk. All right, y'all. So we cut off some white. I'm just going to take and pull off whatever loose might come off with it. And then we are going to set this on top. Ooh, I don't need that much. We're going to set this on top and then tie it down, y'all. What exactly is your string hookup? My string hookup. Not sure what you mean. I mean, the most important thing is your vise. This is my vise right here. I've got a Kingfisher vise. This is it, Kingfisher. It's not super expensive, but it does everything the ones that cost hundreds of dollars do. But this one was only like $100. The vise is probably the most important thing, is having a good vise. All right. When I started tying, I didn't have the best vise ever. It was one that clamps onto the table, which I would not suggest. And it didn't spin. This one spins like this right here. My first vise didn't spin, so if I wanted to flip the fly over, I would have to unclamp it, flip it. You know, so this one spins like this right here, which makes it a lot better. All right, y'all, let's add some. We're gonna add just a couple of little pink legs to this fly right here. I got some pink strands right here. Yeah, but I would go on, if I was going to start tying, I'd go to eBay and find where people are selling all their fly tying stuff. That's what I would do, and just start there. I'm just adding a few pink strips right here, y'all. I usually wrap this around my thread, but I'm not going to worry about it this time. The pink can stay right there on top. That's going to be fine where it's at. It's going to spread out here in the, well, my thread broke. I had that problem on my last fly, my thread breaking. We're just going to restring it. This is a little tool with just a piece of wire. Push that down through the bobbin like that. Put your thread through there. Oh, and how would I learn to start tying? YouTube, man. You can take classes. There's plenty of classes. You know, I don't know what area you're in, but you can probably find fly tying classes somewhere where you live. But you know how YouTube is. If you don't know how to do something, someone somewhere has probably made a video about it. So YouTube is how I would start off trying to learn how to tie flies. If I, you know, that's what I did. I never took a fly tying class. I just watched some YouTube videos, and when you start learning, and y'all, I have tied hundreds of flies by now. So when you start learning, um, you can just add to your knowledge. It gets easier the more you do. All right, I was just adding some little pink legs right here to the fly, just like that. I'm gonna cut some of those off here in a little bit when we get done. I don't need them that long. That's what she said. All right, we're gonna grab some EP brush. This is Foxy brush. It actually, so it has both fake fibers and it has real fox fur in there. So we're gonna grab some of this. I'm basically just gonna cut this in half. That way I can get 2 flies out of it. This stuff has a wire. If I hold it to the light, you can probably see it. There's a little stainless steel wire going down through the middle of it, right there. I'm gonna lay this on the fly. And thank y'all for watching, everybody. If y'all are new to the channel, please subscribe. Always trying to grow my channel just like every other YouTuber. So I'm gonna get some wraps on this EP brush to hold it in place. And then we're gonna start wrapping it up. So as I wrap it, this is just a little pair of like fancy tweezers, y'all. As I wrap it, I'm gonna keep the material. I'm gonna fold it over that wire and keep it pushed back towards the back of the fly as I wrap it up. And we're going from the back of the fly towards the front. I might end up having to use a little bit more EP. This might not be enough. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be quite enough. Cut this tag in right here off. I'm gonna add a little bit more EP, y'all. That wasn't quite enough for what I was trying to do. So I guess we're gonna use this other piece that we didn't use. Just get it started. Thank you, Trout. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm basically just coming up. So I just tied this one. I know the thread's not going to match right here because it kept breaking, so I ended up doing some black. But a buddy of mine, it's another guy, wanted like a white fly with pink in it for the reds. So that's the one we just tied. The eye don't look perfect because I had to go with 2 different color threads because my thread kept breaking. Brand new thread, and it kept breaking on me. So I swapped just to tie the eye off right there. All right, we're gonna get a few wraps of this EP right here. The other one, I guess I cut it too short, so I just didn't have enough. This is the Foxy brush. It's got fox hair in it. All right, that should be plenty right there. For anybody that fly fishes, May 2nd, May 2nd and 3rd in Gulf Shores, Alabama, there's going to be a, what's it called? The Gulf Shores Classic or something like that. It's basically 2 days of, it's 2 days of everything. Fly fishing seminars and fly tying classes and, you know, they're going to have a fly tournament, a fly fishing tournament, and it's everything. It's not just redfish. It's going to be everything. So they got fresh water and salt water there where the class is going to be. So even if you just fly fish for bluegill, it's basically a tournament for every fish, you know. So of course I'm going to be doing the saltwater part of it, but it's May 2nd, 3rd. It's Gulf Shores, Alabama. Just letting y'all know. There's going to be a lot of fly fishing stores there. I mean, you know, like people that sell fly fishing stuff, and it's going to be great, y'all. So I'm going to go. I'll be hanging out with the local fly fishing shop here called No Wake Outfitters. That's where I get a lot of my stuff. They're going to be there, and they asked me if I want to go hang out with them. So that's where I'm going to be May 2nd, 3rd. The Gulf Coast Classic, y'all. All right, I got a few wraps of that crack wrap on there. Just going to cut that out of the way. So if y'all want to come learn how to tie flies, and if you fly fish, if you want to participate in the tournament, there's people coming from all over the country to go to it. So I'm not teaching you the classes, don't worry, because I'm not that good. I'm not teaching you the classics. I'm going to mostly fish the tournament, honestly. I love tournament fishing, y'all. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Do they have it every year? This is the third. It's only the third one. It's the third annual, but yes, it's every year. I can probably look at the fly over here and and see if they have a website for you. Let me get through tying this off, and I'll look and I'll tell you if there's a website. And look at that. That string. It's the same thread. It's not the same exact thread, but it's the same thread I was using a while ago. Not the same thread, but the same color and everything. And it keeps snapping on me. I'm not pulling it very hard. Not a big deal. It's just making my fly not as pretty looking. Yeah, Livy, let me find it for you real quick. I think I got it right here. So hold on just a second. I'll get it for you. Yeah, so this is it. The Gulf Coast Classic Fly Fishing Festival. There is a website. It's kind of a long website, man, but it's FFI, so FFI, Foxtrot India, for y'all military folks out there. FFI GulfCoastClassic.com. FFI GulfCoastClassic.com. But I'm sure if you just put in there Gulf Coast Classic in your browser, it'll pull it up. Fly fishing tournament, fly fishing film tour, fly fishing demonstration, fly tying demonstrations, fly casting and fly tying workshops, beginner tying and casting instruction. There's raffles and silent auctions. They give away a lot of stuff. They give away rods and all kinds of stuff. People are coming from all over the country to go to it. So just letting y'all know. I happen not to be booked those 2 days because they asked me about it yesterday. I'm booked May 1st, but I happen not to be booked the 2nd, 3rd. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And if you pull up on Google Earth, if you pull up on Google Earth and look up the Gulf, it's at the Gulf State Park in Gulf Shores, Alabama. So if you pull up on Google Earth and find the Gulf State Park, you can see where it's at. Because I'm going to go over there I'm going to go over there a couple of times during April and scout around. I'm going to go over there some during April and scout around and find, because I've never fished that area. So I'm going to go over there and fish it to basic practice fish like you do for bass tournaments. I'm going to go over there and kind of figure out the area before the actual festival, so I can have some kind of chance of winning the redfish tournament. And it's everything. I mean, you can catch redfish, but anything, like I said, they're going to have freshwater and saltwater. If you pull it up on Google Earth, you're going to see there's freshwater ponds, like ponds right in there. So you can do all of it right there. They got bass. They got everything. So. Oh, I got you. So there's some more redfish tournaments down here on the, in Louisiana this year. I don't remember the dates on the other ones, but there are some other redfish fly tournaments down here this year. I just don't remember all of them by heart, man. I just got my toothbrush, brushing his teethies. Just kidding. We're just kind of making it look good. All right, y'all. A buddy of mine wanted me to do some white and chartreuse, little shrimp kind of patterns for him. So there you go. There's another one right there. So we did 2 for him, and now let's move on to something else. I'm just going to put up some stuff right here that I'm not using, y'all, because the desk becomes a mess when I just keep flying. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Living. Y'all, I've got a ton of, if you look at my YouTube channel and go to videos, I've got a ton of videos, like actual fishing videos on there. I don't just sit here and tie fly. I know that's probably what it seems like lately, because that's what I've been doing, because the wind has been so bad. But I don't normally just sit around and tie flies. I'm normally fishing. But if you go to my YouTube channel and check out my channel, you'll see I've got hundreds of videos on there. I got like 500 something fishing videos on there, y'all. So if you want to see some giant redfish and black drums, speckled trout, I've got both fly fishing and spinning rod fishing videos. Regular rod and reel videos on there. It's not all fly fishing. So we do both down here. All right, y'all. I bought some more what you call it yesterday that I want to use. What's it called? I can't even think of the name of it right now. The zonkers. So this is actually squirrel zonkers right here instead of this is made out of squirrel. It's kind of a cool color. The reason I bought it, it's the last one they had. It's got some chartreuse in it, a little chartreuse in it. So it's the last pack they had. I bought these just because it looked good. So let's tie something up with the squirrel zonkers, y'all. So we're gonna go with the Umpqua. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Umpqua. It's a saltwater hook, 2/0 hook. Super freaking expensive. Almost $34 for 25 hooks, y'all. So let's put that on there and let's kind of make another fly up as we go along. That's the cool thing about tying flies, y'all. You know, a lot of people, they want to match the hatch exactly and stuff like that. But man, you can get out there, you can just start tying, you know, have fun with it. Come up with your own designs, you know. Especially saltwater fish, like these redfish. Basically, they're so aggressive. If it swims in front of them, they're probably going to eat it. So your fly don't have to look like exactly like a crab or exactly like a bait fish or whatever. Usually, if that fly goes in front of that redfish, he's going to smoke it. We do have days when it seems like they want to bite certain colors or, you know, certain colors or like, you know, maybe a pattern, or sometimes they want spoon flies. Sometimes you can't even catch them on a regular fly, so you have to throw a spoon fly. I'll show y'all what a spoon fly is. So for whatever reason, some days they don't want to bite a normal fly, so you have to throw a spoon fly. These are spoon flies. They're basically they look like spoons, except they're flies. And the ones at the bottom are crabs, but anyway, those are spoon flies. So some days they won't even eat a regular fly. You have to throw a spoon fly. So, but other than that, usually if whatever you're fishing with, if the fly you're fishing with, if you pull it from a redfish, they're normally going to eat it. Hey Chuck, thank you for watching, man. Thank you. For those of you that are new to my channel, I'm a fishing guide here in Louisiana, mostly inshore. Red snapper when season comes in, which this year is May 1st, but mostly inshore fishing. Redfish, trout, black drum, sheep's head, everything. All right, y'all. Let's do a I'll tell you what. We'll use a gold eye on this one, just to add a little bit of shine to it. We're about to make up another fly as we go along. So we got a little 2/0 Uncle hook right here. Let's add some. I'm sorry about the cat, y'all. Let's add a little thread base right there. Where'd I put my scissors? There they are. A little bit of a thread base. This is a large eye. I'm gonna grab a large gold eye on this one. I'm gonna set that on the hook. Do a couple of wraps in one direction just to kind of get it started. A couple of wraps in the opposite direction. And then I'm just going to kind of make sure everything's lined up really good before we start wrapping it up. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the thread under the hook and over the eye in one direction, then under the hook, over the eye in the other direction. We're doing these little cross wraps over the eye just to hold it in place, y'all. And this is just going to add, this is considered a large eye. It's just going to add some weight to your fly. These redfish, black drum, all that stuff, they're normally looking down while they're swimming. You know, usually when they're feeding, they're kind of looking down as they're swimming along. So I want the fly to drop down in front of that fish as fast as possible most of the time. All right, y'all, we got some cross wraps. I'm going to go ahead and do some wraps around those cross wraps just to hold them tight. Like that. We're going to add a thread base. Add a thread base down the hook right here. You do that so when you start tying your materials on the hook, they're not sliding all over the hook, you know. That don't look perfect, but it is fine. Let me grab some water real quick, y'all. Sorry, y'all. We're having a bottle of water sitting here talking, telling fishing stories. All right. Now we got thread base down there. We're going to kind of make this one up as we go along. I got some zonkers right here, some squirrel zonkers that I bought yesterday. Let's tie something with these squirrel zonkers. Just for the fun of it. Usually what you do, you can use zonkers, you can do a lot of stuff with them. This is what they look like. But what we're going to do, we're going to use it to make a tail on our fly. We don't need this whole thing. I kind of almost hate cutting these things short. But we don't need the whole thing. I'm just going to cut this zonker in half right here. And save the other part for later. All right, we're going to take this zonkers, the squirrel zonker. I'm going to set it on top of the hook right here. So that's basically going to be the tail of our little redfish fly. Just like that, y'all. So we got a little tail on our fly right there. All right. We might make this fly, I don't know, we'll figure out the colors as we go along. Let's add some eyes to this fly. Oh, thank you, Angler's X. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's add some crustacean eyes to this thing. So we're just kind of making this fly up as we go along, y'all. I just bought these new squirrel zonkers yesterday. I just want to tie a fly with them, so we'll just kind of make it up as we go along. Oh, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm just using my phone. I've got the whole streaming set up on my computer in there. you know, the camera, 4K, all the software, all that stuff. But for some reason, when I live stream on my computer, even though the screen is bigger for y'all, people don't really watch it. It's like people are sitting at home or sitting at work or something and watching their phone. So I get more views if I just use my phone, which is kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. All right, y'all, we're going to take a couple of these crustacean eyes right here. And I'm going to kind of set them right there and get a couple of wraps on them to hold them in place. And you can kind of adjust them wherever you want them whenever you start tying. In other words, you can move this end right here. You can move the eyes closer or further back or whatever. I think that'll look pretty good though. Let's just go with that. Just to make it easier, I'm going to go ahead and cut off this tag end right here. Just to make it easier for me to wrap. All right. Yeah, that'll look kind of cool. By the time we get done, that'll look pretty cool. All right, let's add some glue. Yep. Yeah, man. I hope within that 10 seconds, I hope they hit the subscribe button and maybe take 2 seconds to give the video a thumbs up. You know, it'd be pretty sweet. I got 500 something videos, been doing YouTube for years, and I've made $105 on YouTube, y'all. And been out of 500 something videos, I've made $105. So I'm definitely not a Mr. Beast. All right, y'all, just hitting that glue with ultraviolet light. I don't think I was contemplating add a little bit of a shine to this fly, but I don't know if I'm going to add any shine to it. We might just go shineless on this one. Actually, let's add a little green shine to it. I gotta find it real quick, y'all. Let's just add a little bit of a green shine to it. I'm looking for it, y'all. I got so much material. I've got so much material right here. Here it is. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. We're just going to add a little bit of some green flash to it, everybody. So we got like some green flash. Let's just add that on there. I know, man. I got hours and hours of video on my computer. I still need to edit. In fact, I might do that here in a little bit. It's about 10 after 12. I might go edit a bunch of video. I started on one the other day. It's video from when I went by myself back during the fall. It was a decent day. I caught, I don't know how many I caught, 4 or 5, I guess, that day on fly. It started out kind of weird though. So there's another YouTuber friend of mine down here, except he's got like 50,000 subscribers. Marshman Masson. So if you go to his YouTube channel, or go if you want to look him up, it's Marsh MARSHMAN. So Marshman Masson MASSON. So he's a buddy of mine. He's another big YouTuber. Except he's got like 50 something thousand subscribers. But he fishes with me every year, usually a couple of times a year. But every year during the fall, we go and we get on these giant. I always take him. I take him and we get on these giant bull reds, these giant 20+ pound redfish. And so we did that again this year. And people watched my video and watched his. Of course, he gets more views on his videos. So after we did the video and he released his video, some people, I guess, that are locals down here, kind of looked at the background and figured out where we were catching those big giant fish. So a few days later, I was out there. I went out there by myself to go fly fishing because we did a regular spinning rod video. But I went there a few days later to go fly fishing. When I got out there, I kind of sat down. I pulled around the corner. Well, first of all, when I went by my fishing hole, there was somebody sitting there. I was like, well, that's kind of weird because I don't ever see anybody fish this spot, you know. But I was like, whatever, kind of weird, but who cares, you know. So I pulled on around to start fishing, and I sat down and turned my camera on, and I was doing like a little intro video, you know, like a little, hey, I'm Captain Shane, I'm out here, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And the boat that was on that fishing hole, the guy pulled around there, and he kind of pulled up. I got all this on video. He kind of pulled up and started waving his arms, like, hey, Captain Shane. I had no idea who this guy was. I was like, hey, he goes, man, I hope you don't mind. He's like, I was watching when you and Marshman were out here the other day. I said, I was watching you live stream. And he's like, I kind of figured out where y'all were fishing. And I came out here this morning. He's like, I've already caught 3 big old bull reds in a row. I caught three casts a row. I said, all right, that's cool. I was like, well, if you want to, just go back over there and keep fishing, man. I said, I'm going to fly fish today. And he was like, no. Since you're out here, man, I'm going to go ahead and go somewhere else. I was like, okay. I didn't care if he was out there or not, y'all, because it don't bother me, but I just thought it was funny. Somebody watched, I guess, my live stream and figured out where we were fishing at. All right, y'all. This is some EP brush. It's got a wire going down the middle of it. It's not real hair. This is like fake fibers. But we're going to put this right here. We're going to wrap it around the fly right here to add some body to this fly. So I'm just going to set the EP brush on here, get some wraps on it. And then we're going to start wrapping it around the fly, y'all. And as we wrap it, I'm just going to keep this material kind of folded over that wire and keep it pushed back towards the back of the fly as much as we can. Yeah, I wish the wind wasn't kicking like Bruce Lee on steroids. The wind is kicking all week down here, y'all, like blowing 30-something miles an hour all week. If it was sunny outside and the wind wasn't blowing, I'd be somewhere fly fishing, making fly fishing videos today instead of tying flies. All right, y'all. So we're just wrapping this EP brush around. I'm gonna take a toothbrush to this in a second. That's probably enough. Let's go one more wrap. All right. That's probably enough on it. I'm just going to get a couple of wraps right here and then cut this tag end off. But what, 35 to 40 knot winds plus rain all day. Oh man. I got some buddies that came down here. They're fishing in Delacroix, Louisiana, which is on the east bank of the Mississippi River. I used to charter in Delacroix. That's when I first started fishing down here back in 1997. That's the area I used to fish all the time. So when I used to charter over there. But anyway, they came down from Alabama. They got a bay boat. They got their own boat, and they're in Delacroix right now. I think yesterday they caught one fish. This morning when I talked or I texted them, they had caught like 5 fish. So maybe they're catching fish. I don't know. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of wrap right here around the front of this, and we'll be done with this fly. I think after this one, y'all, this is probably the last fly. I've done 2 already. It's probably the last one I do for now. I'll probably turn the live off after this. Might go live again tonight. Just not getting a ton of views right now. So I can go edit video or do something useful since we're not getting the views, y'all. Because as far as just tying flies, I've got hundreds of flies, you know, so I don't need to just tie just to tie. So if we were getting a bunch of views and stuff, I'd probably keep the live on. Sometimes I'll have like 10,000 views, but that's just not happening right now. All right, y'all, we're gonna take this wrap. It's kind of like crack wrap, except it's a little bit longer. I can't remember the exact name of this, but it's basically kind of like crack wrap. We're going to take it and wrap it right here at the front of the fly. We're just adding some shine to it and some poofiness to it, y'all. We're making it poofy right here at the front and adding some shine. This looks like a redfish killer right here, buddy. I bet redfish will eat this thing like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. That's what we ought to call this fly right here. We ought to call it, because I just made it up just then as I went along. We ought to call this one the Blizzard of the Month. That's what we ought to call it. Blizzard of the Month. All right, y'all, let's tie this bad boy off right here. Thanks for all the hearts, y'all. See those hearts on there. I started of course I haven't had anybody join because I don't really expect them to, but on my channel, I started where you can actually join my channel. I haven't had anybody do that. I don't really expect it to happen. But you can join my channel. And also, y'all, I sell flies. If you look on my YouTube channel under my store, it just redirects you to my website. But I do sell flies on there, y'all. And fact, this one right here, I'm probably going to put on my website. We'll call it the Blizzard of the Month because I think those redfish eat this thing up. So that's probably what I'll do when we get done live streaming, y'all. I'll probably go. I do my website myself, so I'll probably go update my website with a couple of new flies, y'all. I do it all myself. I'm a one-man show, everybody. All right. Let's add some glue right here to that thread. Just adding some glue to the thread, y'all, so it don't come undone when you start catching fish. Do I have flies that catch striped and white bass? Probably my if you look on there and look on the offshore, look at the offshore flies, they basically look like bait fish. Now white bass are a little, they get decent size, but white bass aren't super big. But at least down in Georgia and stuff, they don't get real big. But yeah, I'm sure my flies would catch striped bass and white bass. So we just put some glue on here that dries with ultraviolet light. So I'm just drying this glue real quick. It's probably dry. It don't take but several seconds for it to dry and it's done. All right, y'all. Quick, easy little redfish fly. Just brushing his hair for him, make him look pretty. So we started off with a 2-aught Umpqua saltwater hook right there. We added some gold eyes to the front of it. Can't go wrong with gold when it comes to fishing. These are larger eyes, so it's going to sink faster. We put some squirrel zonkers, little zonker tail right here. It's made out of squirrel. It's got like a little brown and chartreuse color to it. It looks really good. I just bought it yesterday, so I wanted to try it out. We just made this fly up just then, y'all, if y'all were following along. We threw some orange color, like some little fluorescent orange colored eyes on here. We threw a little bit of green flash right there. We went like some olive colored EP brush, this thicker stuff right here. And then we threw some shiny around the front, y'all. Quick, easy little redfish fly. Drop that in front of a redfish, strip it a couple times, and hold on tight. Guarantee you he's going to eat it up. And if y'all are just joining in, we tied a couple of these to start off with. Just some little pink and white, kind of like a little shrimp pattern. A buddy of mine that's a guide, he wanted some white and pink pattern, so we tied a couple of these. Looks pretty good. We just kind of made this fly up too. Looks pretty good though. I'll probably add this to my website also and sell some of these also, y'all. Let's see. Cool, thank you, man. It's gripping lips, so it's the same as my YouTube channel. It's grippinglipsfishing.com is my website. So you can go in there, you can book trips. I'm a fishing guide in Louisiana. So you can book trips on there. Of course, there's tons of pictures on there. There's it links to my YouTube. It links back to my YouTube channel, so you can watch, all the fishing videos from YouTube, all that stuff, y'all. Tons of pictures on there. You can see the boats. It's got pictures of both. I got a fly fishing boat and a bay boat, so you can see pictures of the boats and all that stuff. So, but all right, y'all, I'm gonna kill the live for a little while, and go do something useful, and I'll probably live stream again tonight. But thank y'all for watching. Again, for those of you that are interested, May 2nd and 3rd in Gulf Shores, Alabama, there's going to be, as you can tell, this might be backwards on here, but there's going to be a fly fishing festival May 2nd and 3rd in Gulf Shores, Alabama. It's going to be a fly fishing tournament. It's saltwater and freshwater, so whatever you want to catch or however kind of fish you normally do. Fly fishing tournament, fly fishing film tour, so I guess they're going to have videos. Fly tying demonstrations, fly casting and fly tying workshops, beginner tying and casting instruction, raffles, silent auctions, exhibitors and vendors. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be hanging out with No Wake Outfitters. It's the local fly fishing shop here in Louisiana. I'll be hanging out with them. So be a lot of, and I'm gonna fish the tournament, y'all. If y'all want to come down here and you know, and fly fish or redfish tournament, it's really whatever you want to catch. But I'm gonna be doing the saltwater part of it. So, but if y'all want to do it, May 2nd and 3rd, you can go to if you just put in there Gulf Coast Classic in your browser, you'll probably find it, but it's ffigulfcoastclassic.com, and you can find out about it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna kill it for now, and that's it. Talk to y'all later.